Hi guys, and welcome again to Ethical Investing with the Urban Hippie. I want to just have a brief chat today about the philosophy, or my philosophy behind ethical investing. And it's really about balance. Everything I do and I try and achieve in my life is balance. Think, say, do. So that means that if we're spiritually, emotionally, physically and financially in harmony and have balance, we have a happy life. And that's all this is about. It's just about creating balance. You'll notice that through the episodes that everything I discuss is usually in two steps. I'm trying to reduce this down to the lowest common denominator. I'm probably like a lot of people, I don't have a degree in anything. They don't hand out degrees in this. It's just something that I've learned over 21 years of studying the markets, investing and looking at property in Australia and other places around the world. So yes, I've done quite a bit of study behind this. I'm quite passionate about it. But in the end, I try and keep the math simple. And this is a mathematical formula after all. We're looking at a number of different things. So today I just want to have and we're going to discuss more of this philosophy in other episodes, but what I want to have a look at now is the rule of 5 to 1. And we've all been to a coffee shop where they've got loyalty cards, buy 5 cups of coffee, get 1 free. Yeah, we've all seen you could go to Domino's Pizza and get 5 pizzas, get 1 free, this sort of thing. And this comes in with something that I like to think of as the difference between scarcity consciousness and prosperity consciousness. You know, the glass half full and the glass half empty sort of thing. Growing up, we would see that I'd had friends where they'd bring a pizza to the table, for instance, and they'd be said, "Hey, don't you take too big a slice. You leave some for somebody else." My philosophy has always been, "Mum, bake another pizza. In fact, take a load off. Let's get Domino's onto it. Buy 5, get 1 free." Have as much as you want. There is enough food in our world to feed the entire planet. The problem is not food production, it's logistics and politics. And this is what I mean by having a prosperity consciousness. You can have your cake and eat it too. And we'll see this in other episodes, and all the way through. You can have your cake and eat it too. You can enjoy the life you want to live. Just take responsibility for it. If you want to drive a fast and expensive car, go out and plant 10,000 trees to offset the carbon. There are many people in this planet, even the very, very wealthy. Richard Branson is a classic example of this. If you look at Virgin Airlines, you can offset the carbon tax. You have that opportunity. Live the life you want to live. Just take responsibility for it. That's all we're talking about here. As we get back to that buy 1, get 1 free principle. It's really important. In property investing, our entire system in Australia has been geared up with banks telling us to go out and buy a home. Homes are not assets. Houses are. And I'll clarify that. We need to have a common understanding of what an asset is. We need to know what the definitions of our words that we use. And these are very important. We need to have an understanding at a very early age. From 10 years old onwards, we should know what the true meanings of words are. An asset, guys, is really simple. An asset makes money. How much money did your home make you last week? If it didn't put money into your bank, it's not an asset. It's a bank's asset. You're just a tenant. And it doesn't become an asset until the day it realises a profit. And there's only 2 ways to make a profit that I'm aware of. We either sell something or we borrow money against it. An easy example of this is you can go into cash converters or any pawn shop and take your jewellery. And if it's gold, they will give you the spot weight of gold less their commission. However, if that jewellery has an emotional attachment, has sentimental value, I nearly said semi-mental value, but sentimental value, then you can lend it. You can pock the jewellery if you like. They will lend money against it. And you can come back and get it. Now, the cool thing about, unlike gold, property you can actually rent. You can rent that out. So if we're doing the same thing in property, and let's face it guys, the only two things that have gone up in the history of mankind consistently is gold and property. Whereas property we can actually rent. We can put a tenant in it and we can earn an income from it. But your own home, we can't. It's not an asset. It's not an asset until we draw down on the equity in that home and we put it into income producing property. By the way, that's not negative gearing. So this is what I'm talking about here. It's just finding that balance. If we're using other people's money to borrow, to put into property, we need to have other people's money pay that property off or that asset off. And that's what we're discussing here today, is that's the ethical path. It's creating balance. That's all that means. Karma is just consequence. The karma for smoking cigarettes is lung cancer. The karma, if we go out there and buy a home first, is that we're going to have that debt around our neck for many, many years. And the karma for that is reducing our serviceability. So my fundamental principles of investing is we should be buying our investment property first and our home second. Houses first, homes second. And you'll notice the way my hands is 5. For every 5 investment properties you buy that are based in principles of logic and mathematics, we can buy the 6th one emotionally. You can go and get it wherever you want, because the other 5 will take care of the payments on the 6th. Buy 5 Boeing jets. You'll probably get the 6th one for free. These are principles right through. Buy 5 Thermomixes. We've all watched My Kitchen Rules out there. It's a very popular show. They use the Thermomix. Go onto their website. Buy 5 Thermomixes. Get one free. Go and sell 5 to your friends and you'll get yours for free. Emotionally, we want that. These principles are across the board. They're in all aspects of our life. We're just using them to create wealth. Very, very simple. So if we were to start out, and everybody was taught this, to go out there and buy 5 investment homes where the tenants are paying them off, the capital growth will create enough equity that on the 6th one, eventually you can buy wherever you need. And that's where location comes into it. It won't matter about capital growth, or about yields, or about holding, or about vacancy rates, because it'll be your home and you can do and go wherever you like. And that's the balance. That's the karma in ethical investing. Thanks guys, and I look forward to seeing you again in another episode of Ethical Investing. Cheers.